Hey everyone, I'm Theresa V, and you're in the right place if you're a spiritual sensitive who wants to create a world that you love. This month, we're going to be talking about surviving and thriving at home, since so many of us are finding ourselves in a completely different place, both occupationally and personally, than we ever were before. Working from home or being without work or being home all the time takes its toll in many ways. There are suddenly no touchstones that you would normally have on a day-to-day basis because you're so used to responding to what people need outside of you. And suddenly you're on your own, so it can feel like you're floating, or it can feel like you've been slammed to the ground. As someone who's been running her own business for a while now, I wanted to share with you some of the learnings that really helped me along the way. There are so many pitfalls when you suddenly find that your time is completely your own, that I wanted to share some strategies so that hopefully your adjustment could go much quicker than mine did, especially if you are not working. The first thing that's super important, and actually is the biggest mistake people make when they're home all the time, is not starting their day. So you need to start your day officially every single day. Set an alarm so you're getting up at a certain time. Get out of bed when the alarm goes off. Have morning rituals when you get out of bed, even if they're simply brushing your teeth, washing your face, getting a cup of coffee. Those become rituals when you repeat them day after day. You can expand those rituals to include exercise and meditation or anything that feels right to you. Also really important, get yourself dressed in clothing that you would be seen in outside of your house. When you get dressed, you do your hair, you do your makeup if that's what you choose, you do yourself up as though you were going out into the world and wanted people to see you that way. It improves your confidence, which also changes your communication. It changes the energy that you're putting out and the way that people respond to it. Want to try it out? Go for it. Write someone an email or send a text when you're at home unshowered in your pajamas, and then do the same thing the next day when you're all done up, showered, clean, and ready to face your day, and see the difference in those two correspondences. Showering and bathing is really important, and I've heard people say time and time again when they're home that they just lose track of time and they don't shower or bathe as regularly as they would if they were leaving the house every day. There are so many reasons why this is important, but number one is that it completely rejuvenates you. Showering, even when you are feeling really sick, makes you feel better. It's often the last thing you want to do when you're depressed or tired or sick, but it's also the one thing that will start changing your energy very easily and make you feel better. It's also really important for hygiene and staying healthy. Showering takes the germs off your skin, it exfoliates you, it helps your lymph to flow, it helps you in so many ways. Studies have shown that regular bathing is a good detoxifier. It's great to counteract depression and for respiratory health and for so many other things. Plus, spiritual people, you know what I'm talking about. Shower time is a great time to connect with your inner guidance, to connect with your inner knowing, and to get fantastic ideas. You would never ever be able to be as calm as you are in the bath or the shower at any other point in your day. This is why so many of us have downloads in the shower or get our best ideas and plans of action while we're there. So if for no other reason than connection with the divine and connection with your higher self, make sure that you're bathing every day. Also, a pro tip around showering, whatever temperature your shower is, right before you step out, change the water to be slightly cooler. You don't have to have ice cubes coming out, but make it slightly cooler. And what that does is it sends the blood back away from your skin and increases your blood flow and your lymphatic flow, which increases your health exponentially. The next tip is to have food ready, prepared beforehand. Nourishing ourselves is so important, especially in times of great stress and great change. What most likely will happen is as we get hungry, we go and grab the first thing that we see because nothing is ready and we don't want to take the time to prepare food because we're hungry now. So if you have nourishing food already prepared and at your fingertips, you'll be more likely to make choices around food that support your health, your immune system, and your emotional state. The next tip is scheduling your day. You don't have to micro-schedule every single minute, but blocking out times is really helpful, especially when we talk about suddenly being home and not having any touchstones throughout the day. Scheduling times, blocking off times to do things, brings us back into control of our own time. Having things scheduled throughout your day ensures that you're accomplishing things, and it also ensures that you are not spending way more time than you want on any one task. An important thing for those of us who are overgivers is to block out your times for self-care first. And I guarantee you, when something else comes into the picture, those will be the first things you normally take off your calendar. Block them out. Color them in a color that means to you that these are non-negotiables. These are things that you cannot remove from your calendar regardless of what is happening in the world around you. You can move other things, but notice your tendency to override your self-care times and resist the temptation to do it and do the work that it takes to navigate through and around it. Go through your weekly schedule on Sunday night. Carve out 15 to 20 minutes to look at your schedule and to decide if anything needs to be changed, shifted, moved, or if you need more activities throughout the week. It is really important for us to enter our week knowing what to expect, knowing what we need, knowing what we have planned, so that every day is not like Groundhog Day and we can structure things differently, and also so that every day has something that will nourish and enrich us, something that will challenge us, and something that we want to accomplish. The next tip is to really set boundaries with your time. This is especially important with things like reading the news, watching videos, going online, going on social media. Those things can become time sucks. We can get stuck in a loop and just keep clicking on the next link and going to the next video and the next thing and the next thing. Even watching TV shows turns into binge watching because the next one plays 2 seconds after you finish the last one. So be very conscious and very diligent about putting boundaries around your time. When we get sucked into these activities, we lose our power, we lose our energy, and we also lose our creativity. We are ingesting what has already been created, which saps our own creative energy, and we get sort of stuck in this lane instead of the expanded lane. So if you are someone who is called to create first and then ingest other people's creation afterwards. Setting a timer works really well for keeping us on task. So before scheduling, feel in, decide how much time and energy you want to spend on whatever it is you're working on, and then set your timer. If you're not done with the task when the timer goes off, you're done anyway. You can come back to it. You can schedule another block of time another day to come back and actually finish the task. This is really important because we tend to commit and sit until the task is finished. And when we've checked in beforehand, we know how much energy we have available before we begin. And when we force ourselves to sit and fight through the rest of the task, very often it takes much longer than it should. And it's not done as well as it would have been done had we stopped and started again another day. When we set the timer and stick to the time frame we've decided on, it prevents us from overextending ourselves. It also helps us to stick to our intuition as we've checked in with ourselves beforehand, and we stick to our intuitive hit no matter what. And just a reminder, when going online and researching anything, go in, get the information, and get out. This will save you so much time in the long run. And if you do want to spend some time just exploring what's there, then set aside a block of time for just doing internet research, but stick to the time frame you've decided on. The last and one of the most important tips is physical movement. every day, however you feel called to do it. Moving the body is one of the fastest ways to change energy. And as we mentioned before, we are often caught up in a task and we sit for longer than our body wants to sit, or we self-punish by keeping ourselves still. And very often, stopping our body from moving is also our way of stopping energy from moving in our lives because we don't feel ready for what will come next. Getting some movement every day, no matter what that looks like to you, is important. If you want to change a thought or a thought pattern, all you need to do is start moving a muscle. That equation has worked throughout time. You can do short bursts of exercise between meetings or when you're walking from the couch to the fridge and back. It's important to get short bursts of exercise and to schedule in longer periods of movement. Just listen into your body and ask what it wants to do that day and move that way. But make sure that you're getting some sort of movement several times a day throughout each and every day. Becoming stagnant is one of the fastest ways for us to lose control of our thoughts, for us to lose control of our energy. And when it comes to surviving and thriving at home, nothing is as important as us taking charge of our own energy. No one is going to do it for you. It is all up to you. And I know that you have all the tools that you need to be successful and to use this time to the best of your ability as you find yourself at home more. Leave us a comment, tell us how you're feeling, tell us what resonates for you, and tell us if you have any tips and tricks to surviving and thriving at home. We would love to hear from you. I wish you all the best, and I look forward to connecting with you so soon. Thank you so much for being here, and please feel free to share this video with anyone and everyone that you feel could use a little help surviving and thriving at home right now. And if you would like a little more support in the form of daily energetic boosts, please check out the membership. Every single day for the first 28 days of the month, you'll receive an energy boost in the form of a transmission, and there are other bonuses that happen throughout the month. Please check it out. Join if you feel called. We would love, love, love to support you more in that way. Sending you so much love and so many blessings, and we look forward to connecting with you again.